Whew. And that is a wrap. Well, vacation time. Been looking forward to having a week off for quite some time to just decompress, relax, detach. You name that adjective, I'm going to be happy for it. And luckily enough, it's going to be brighter today and brighter next week with the time change happening. Kind of excited to do that now. Snow's melting, sunshine, maybe some barbecue will be coming up into play. So I'm stoked. Of course, I need to have a celebratory drink. I'm going to go prepare for that now. But I don't think I need to look that classy anymore. Time to get all rough and dirty. Yep, this is just what I needed. The gag's done. I'm switching glasses. As much as I like my sunglasses, I do prefer to be able to see. Yeah, I figured if I'm going to be going for a good-sized beer, I'm not going for the light blonde, I'm not going for the jumbo fucker. I upgraded to this 1 liter Carling Black Label. This, we call it the Supreme Fucker. It doesn't get bigger than this. What a weird, economical way to drink. It's almost like you're getting 2 pints in here for practically the price of 1, depending on where you go for your beers. It doesn't beat getting beer on tap, but if you're going to have enough at home, then this will get the job done. And it's actually not that bad of a beer, too. My buddy tried it, reminded him of Moosehead from New Brunswick, so it does have a good flavor. Funny story that I remember too with these giant-ass ones. It was back in 2018, I want to say it was. I was with a few friends in Ottawa to celebrate Canada Day, and we were at one of the bars over there while we were doing our rounds, in between suffocating ourselves because it was like minus 40 degree weather. We forgot to bring our oxygen tank, so we were all doing pretty bad. And one of our rules of thumb is that if we're going to be going somewhere different, like a different city, we're going to try to drink local. Like try stuff that we couldn't get at home. And it was one pub that we went to like mid-afternoon. A couple of these guys looked like they were having this size bottle that you're able to get in the bar, and it was like Labatt Blue. I remember that they had pounded back a good 3 of those over there. That's one hell of a tolerance. And that was somewhere in between like a shot or 2 of Jameson as well. Bloody hell, that was excessive. I don't know if it's for me. Because the way that I look at it, if I'm going to be going to a bar, or if I'm going to another city, I'm not going to go all the way there just to order something I could get back home. It's almost like if I decide I want to go to, I don't know, the United States, and just order a Coors Light. I mean, honestly, I could get that here. But hey, what can you do? Not bad, good size economical beer, and perfect to celebrate on a Friday on before vacation. I'll be just taking my time with this stuff until I can come up with a few more antics. Okay, this video would not be as good if it was just about me drinking. Nobody needs to see that. So I'm going to be doing a bit more cooking over here. I felt I haven't done some pesto in a little while, so I want to put that to good use. Just in case you've already seen my video on that, you know, top right corner, top right corner. I never know the orientation sometimes with this. But pesto, it's a beautiful thing. It's the greatest invention since sliced bread. Sliced bread having been invented the previous year. Wait, if sliced bread was invented the previous year, is that why everyone was running to the store to get all the flour and the yeast because they thought they discovered bread, they want to bake that and make most of it while they're trapped in their house during the pandemic? I mean, what the hell? Now we need to get the bread going? Maybe I'm fishing for straws or fishing for cheese, so let's forget about that. So pesto is pretty simple to do. It takes a lot of basil, garlic, oil, salt and pepper obviously. But what I kind of wanted to do too was put it onto pasta and make it more like a cream sauce. Like I knew I put that in some pastas in the past, or more specifically, I went to restaurants where they had like a creamy pesto sauce, and I'm thinking, I have some extra cream in the fridge I want to use before it goes bad. Let's do that today, because why not? We all gotta become better cooks in our lives, don't us? I think my grammar's starting to get kind of bad. Let's get some rejuvenation fuel. I've been working on this fucker for a little while. Good, but it lasts forever, which is probably a good thing if you like to take your time. Ah well. My pesto, or my basil, is all mashed up. Now I'm going to add about 5 cloves of garlic, because you can never have too much garlic in pesto, am I right? Looking good so far. It's looking pretty good after I added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And while I'm sure there's actual legit recipes to this, I kind of want to improvise, just think, let's get some pesto, garlic, oil, mix up with cream and see where it goes from there. Not bad at all, I have to say. Speaking of which, I should get the remaining ingredients. There we go. So my pesto, or at least whatever remnants of pesto I can come up with, is all ground up, ready to go in. So once again, just to recap, take 1 pack of basil, about 5 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and you're going to be good to go. I know there's going to be some recipes out there that say use 1 pack of prepared pesto with even additional oil, and then your oil is, not your oil, your pesto is going to have a lot of oil in there. It could be a bit excessive. My personal preference, I'm thinking I got the cream, I got the whatever pesto was left in here, it should still get the job done, and even if it's missing ingredients, it'll be tasty without all the other stuff, especially when it's served on pasta. So let's get all this started here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my ground up ingredients here, put it into a small saucepan, and I'm going to put it on to, let's say, medium heat. Yeah, once again, I'm improvising as I go along, hoping for the best, but I'm sure this is still going to be tasty. Lovely. Okay, I don't have to worry too much about this, sticking to the bottom of the saucepan because there's already plenty of oil in here, so that's good enough. Let's get the heavy cream in here. I'm not even going to measure this because I just think I want to just get this as good as possible before it goes bad. Actually, I should smell this cream first. It still smells fresh. We're safe, people. There won't be any unfortunate accidents down the road. Okay, this is like a good, maybe 3/4 cup. So now that I have this included here, I'm just going to mix it all together, see where we go from there. improvised recipes. Sometimes those are actually the best kind of recipes. Just throw whatever in the pot, see what sticks, and then it's going to be all around tasty. Beautiful. I'll admit, whenever I see a pesto sauce in restaurants, I always imagine it's a little bit more greenish creamy than usual. This one's like very white with some hints of pesto in there. Not the same thing. I'm sure this is going to taste good in the end. So I'm just going to mix this up, let it heat up pretty well. Actually, I should put it to medium-high heat. This will thicken it up. And then once that's done, I should probably get my pasta set up too. Of course, I should probably enjoy a little bit more fuel while I'm cooking this stuff up. So, I'm out of fuel. So why did I walk backwards? Don't ask, don't tell, or don't try to figure it out. I just thought it kind of looked cool. Well, I was doing my rounds of the beers last week, and I came across this brand new one, which I don't think I've ever seen before. It's from the Altitudes in Lac Saint-Jean. The brewer is called Le Coureur du Bois. So it's named after some random guy who's probably running around in the woods trying to do a marathon, a jog, get better health, or he was trying to escape the werewolves in the forest. Possibly even fireflies? Because look, this is called Lumineuse, and there is a firefly on here. Maybe that was his biggest fear in life. It wasn't the wolves, it wasn't bears. Nobody likes to deal with bears. It's a fact of life. The fireflies? That's a pretty weird thing to be escaping from. Well, let's find out if this is actually worth tasting. We're now going down the firefly juice. Actually, we're just going to be tasting firefly juice. No more, no less. Yeah, typical stuff on the New England IPA. I'm not even going to repeat all of the descriptions of it. You've watched my channel enough to know what they're all about. I've highlighted so many times in the past. Give this another stir. Now let's see what this is like. Pretty good. Yeah. Oof. A bit more hoppy than I expected. They called it New England IPA, but it tastes like a West Coaster. West Coast connection, everyone. I guess. Ah well, I still like it. Oh boy, that was a relief. Yeah, you missed it, everyone, but my pesto is starting to bubble up a little bit here. It is starting to get a bit of a greenish hue, which is a good sign, but I'm going to take it off the heat now before it starts to bubble into a gelatinous blob that's going to consume everybody on this planet. Keep it aside, let's get our pasta set up too. Well, dinner is now officially served. I've got my pesto set up with a bit of pasta, and for the meat for myself to get some protein, I used some leftover pork tenderloin that I put in the slow cooker earlier this week. And it's not that hard at all to do. All I did was I took some pork tenderloins, took maybe about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and I want to say roughly a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. And there you have it. It's like a basic marinade you can make. You just let it sit in the fridge overnight, and then it's super tasty. And then for maximum tastiness, you put it in the slow cooker for about a good 6 hours, and then it's really good, tender, super delicious. Yep, nice and delicious. And if it's sounding familiar to you, then it's probably because it's a callback to my previous episode. You know, that previous episode where I was possessed by a demon. A little under 24 hours later, and this meat has been really marinated well. So, it's time to get this all cooked up. Yeah, apparently there was a funny story to that, but I don't really understand. All I know is I was a demon, I was grilling some pork tenderloin on the barbecue, and on Halloween no less, so it's all in good fun. I accept it. Now let's see what this pesto sauce tastes like. Yeah, definitely on the heavy creamy side, but it does have the garlic and basil flavor in there, so it's definitely a tasty one. And I'm sure one of these days I'll probably do a more formal recipe for basil cream sauce. But whatever, it's all good. Not a bad way to improvise for a vacation on a Friday. So while I'm going to be enjoying this, my basil pasta, my pork, my beer, I think I'm just going to sign off. This edition of the Wine and Cheese Cafe is signing off. If you like what you see, to hit that subscribe button, hit a like below, leave a comment. Don't drip your pesto on the table because your cats are going to lick it up. Keep them safe. Peace, everyone. Oh, there I go again.